We're taking you to Harris County now, where two local veterans are working to break down the stigma surrounding mental health. WRBL's Hannah James has the story.
Lee Garcia served 20 years in the United States Army, 19 at formerly Fort Benning with the 75th Ranger Regiment. Originally from Texas, he now calls Harris County home. As a small business owner of Foundation Training Facility, he works daily to emphasize physical and mental health, especially for his fellow veterans.
I got involved with Project Resilience. I realized what was missing was a lot of that camaraderie, a lot of that shared suffrage, a lot of that ability to openly communicate with people that I trusted.
Project Resilience is an initiative that combines psychotherapy and physical fitness. It looks different at every gym. For Foundation Training Facility, a group of veterans get together, work out, and hold group talks.
Once you all get together, you realize, okay, you've been through some of the same stuff that I've been through. You understand some of the things that I understand, and it helps them open up a little bit more. And where they just talk about, like, my kids did this, my wife, did this, at least it opens up and gives them a safe place with people they trust, whether they know them or not, that they can communicate openly. When eventually we get to the root of the problems, just through some of that group discussion.
Uma Barnett, originally from New Mexico, spent more than 20 years serving in the 75th Ranger Regiment. He had a break from service in 2004. With no exiting plan, he went back into the military knowing he had to make some changes.
I knew that I needed to get in the right mental health space to get out of service, and so I had to go talk to the people who I had avoided for the first, for the 20-year career, which was the mental health professionals. And once I did that and I saw the benefit of it, I started talking about that very openly at my work in the 75th Ranger Regiment, where we don't talk about those kinds of things. And I started seeing more and more people go and get mental health, go and figuring out their mental health and everything that the Army had done for the past 20 years during the global war on terrorism.
That led him to create his weekly podcast, Leading with Vulnerability, providing a safe platform for fellow veterans and business owners to share their stories, encouraging others to speak up.
It wasn't just the war stories and what they, the cool guy stuff, but how did you deal with your divorce when you were in service? How did you deal with moving all the time? How do you deal with being a husband and father and work-life balance? All of these meaningful conversations that we never had while we were in the team rooms together and stuff. And I started getting feedback from people that these stories were really helping them. They didn't realize that such and such person went through this thing in their life, and it helped them now get through what they were doing in their lives.
Both Garcia and Barnett emphasized the importance of reaching out and checking on one another, even if that starts with listening.
You just got to show up and listen, and you might find that you can relate to somebody else and you can help somebody else. Or just pay more attention to your brothers and sisters around.
If you were in the military, I guarantee you have a story. And you do not know the value of your story until you tell it to somebody.
That was WRBL's Hannah James reporting. Every second Friday of the month, Garcia hosts the Veterans Mental Health Awareness Workout and Discussion. It's happening this upcoming Friday from 6:30 until 8. WRBL, meanwhile, invites you to tune into our special report later this week, Veterans Voices. We'll share stories featuring our local heroes ahead of Veterans Day on Saturday. Our special report airs Friday night at 5:30 Eastern.